Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu amma ba'd. Brothers and sisters, I am grateful to Allah the Almighty to have the privilege to be here tonight. I thank Allah for Sheikh Jafar, our beloved brother. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Would you mind if I spoke to you for a few minutes tonight? Would you mind? It won't be overly long. I have a doctor. He is the most positive person I've ever met. Whenever I go to him for a checkup, he says, "Mr. Wahhaj, your blood pressure is good. Your heartbeat is good. Your diet is good. Your weight is good." I always feel really good, right? But I don't know if you're like me. I'm like, okay, doctor, give it to me straight. Would you prefer straight, or you want me to make you feel good? What you want? Or you want both of them? So I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and there's a doctor, a cardiologist I know, Niazi. One day he saw me, he says, "Imam Siraj, we have 3 enemies." And he was like agitated. And I decided I'm going to tell you 2 of the enemies. The 3rd one I'm not going to tell you unless you ask me. Later, if you ask me, I'll tell you, but I'll tell you 2. He said the first one is sugar. He said sugar is our enemies. Now, I don't think we have anyone here from Sudan. Anyone from Sudan? The Sudanese, they never put sugar in their coffee. They put coffee in their sugar. So sugar, be careful. Number 2, salt. I'm going to watch you tonight when you eat dinner. I'm going to be looking at you. With those of you who take the salt in. So what I want to talk about tonight is that we are gifted in America to have ICNA. I've been saying it for years that ICNA is my favorite organization. I love all the organizations. I love Mass, I love CARE, I love ISNA, I love MANA and MUNA. I love all of them. But ICNA is very special for me. Recently, Bernie Sanders had a heart attack. And he was being interviewed by CNN. And he said, "I should have paid more attention to my symptoms. I should have paid more attention to my symptoms." People get confused about symptoms. Symptoms aren't the problem. Symptoms are an indication that there is a problem. High blood pressure is problematic. But high blood pressure isn't the problem. It's a symptom. Chills, fever. All of these things are symptoms of the real problem. And so often people, they, try to solve the symptom, but don't really solve the problem. I'll give you an example. How many of you ever had a headache? Raise your hand. Headache. You never had a headache? Oh, okay. So what happens, oftentimes people take an aspirin. And aspirin is a lie. Because the aspirin doesn't solve the problem. The aspirin goes to the area of the pain and deadens the nerve so that you can't feel the pain, but you haven't solved the problem. If you go to the root, You find out something, maybe it's a food or there's something, and you have to get rid of the poison in the body, and when you get rid of the poison in the body, then the symptom goes away. There's a brother in my masjid, he says, Imam, I take 27 different pills a day. And those 27 different pills doesn't solve the problem. It gets rid of the symptom. I've been studying the Muslim Ummah. I go around the country, I go around the world, and I look at the masjids. And I've come to the conclusion that there are two symptoms to show that a masjid is unhealthy. Two things. Number one, when you go to a masjid and you don't see children, then that masjid is on its way to be finished. I was in Detroit. Thank you. I was in Detroit. The oldest masjid in Detroit, I did a program for them. The oldest masjid in Detroit. The oldest masjid have two meanings. Number one, it's the first masjid in Detroit. Indeed, that masjid, the first masjid. The oldest masjid can also mean the oldest masjid. This masjid, they call it the geriatric masjid. Average age, 80 years old. And when you see a masjid and you don't see children, you see nothing but chairs. May Allah bless them, give them barakah, give them everything, but it is a sign that that masjid is dying. Number two, this is my opinion, and ICNA doesn't necessarily have to agree with it. Masjid here, Islamic Center of Long Island don't necessarily have to agree with this. This is my observation. Number two, when you see a masjid and there are no converts, is what you eat and consume. So, not on your plate or your table, no. After you consume it, it's yours. What you wear and wear out. And then listen to this. He said, and what you spend in sadaqah, that's yours. That's crazy mathematics. But guess what? I got a proof here that what the Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is correct. This is great. You know what? I can't wait to spend my money for a while. I can't wait to give sadaqah. Right? You too, right? You can't wait to spend sadaqah, right? You come here tonight to give, right? Especially this table here, there's something about this table. I don't know what it is. You know, serious. I'm drawn to this table. You know, serious. Especially this brother right here. You know. Does he know what I'm saying? He understands English? You? No. Let me tell you something. Brothers, where's the Imam? I need a fatwa from the Imam. The Imam here? I like it. Imam, I'm going to ask you a question. Will you permit me to ask the sisters a question? Yes? Good, okay. The Imam said yes. Somebody get me a cup. You know my wife told me that I should drink from a cup, not from a bottle. You know that. Yeah, no. I don't want a cup. There you go. Thank you. Sisters, I got a question for you. Now you gotta promise me you're gonna tell me the truth. Yes? Okay. Thank you. How many sisters have more than 2 pairs of shoes? Raise your hand. Okay. Sisters. How many of you have more than 5 pairs of shoes? I like both. Good. It's good. 2 more. How many of you have more than 10 pairs of shoes? MashaAllah. All right, this is the last one. The last one. How many of you have more than 10 pairs of shoes? Raise your hand. Allahu Akbar. I have more than 20 pairs of shoes. 20 pairs. Oh. Now, the reason I asked the question, no, it's good, it's okay, it's no problem. No, seriously, no problem. We should have more. The reason that I said that is to let you know that the average American woman have more than 20 pairs of shoes. Now, you think that those shoes belong to you, but they don't. Let me show you. What person is known, what woman is known to have the most pairs of shoes? There you go, right? Imelda Marcos, right? Look at this. They had to leave the Philippines to become refugees here in America. Let me show you what she left behind in the palace. 15 mink coats. 15 mink coats. 508 gowns. 888 handbags. 3,000 pairs of shoes. It ain't hers no more. She left it. She thought they were hers. Second proof. When you read a newspaper, why do you read a newspaper? You read it for news, sports, weather. You know what I read it for? One of the things I read a newspaper for? The obituary. You know what the obituary is? It's a notice of death. Obituary. Most of you don't read obituaries. I do. I want to read you 5 people that died this past year. You may recognize 1, 2, maybe 3 of the names, maybe none of the names. Let me read them for you. Number 1, Alexander Spanos. He died within this last year. Left behind $2,400,000,000. Robert McNair died leaving behind $3,800,000,000. You may know this name, H. Ross Perot. Died, left behind $4,200,000,000. Paul Allen left behind $20,300,000,000. David Koch left behind $53,500,000,000. Who are these people? These people who died, these 5 people who died this last year, belong to the Fortune 400, meaning the richest people in America. 5 of them died, no longer on the list, because that wealth that they had didn't belong to them. Andrew Carnegie said, "He who dies wealthy dies disgraced." Think about this. How many of you blessed to have your own house? Raise your hand. Good. One day, for sure, that house won't belong to you. You know, my community, I've been the Imam 37 years. And last year, they actually bought me a car. Hamid, you saw, what's Hamid? You saw that car? You didn't see it? MashaAllah. Best car I've ever had in my life. My community bought it for me. Isn't that nice? You know what?
It's an old car.
For sure. One day that car won't belong to me. Your car will not belong to you. Your shoes will not belong to you. Your jewelry will not belong to you. Your clothing will not belong to you. But what will belong to you is what you give tonight that belongs to you. Look at the math. وَمَا تُنْفِقُوا مِنْ خَيْرٍ فَلِأَنفُسِكُمْ. Whatever good you spend is for yourself. So, but the question is, do we believe it? Did our Prophet believe it? Sure he did, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Jabir said, مَا سُئِلَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمْ شَيْءٍ فَقَالَ لَا. Whenever the Prophet was asked, he never said no. Ibn Abbas said, Kana Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ajwad an-nas, he was the most charitable person. So tonight I'm going to ask you, a couple of minutes. Make niyyah right now. Say, Allah, I do this for you. Realizing that this is going to be mine. I'm going to start with $25,000. I'm going to stay there for a minute, less than a minute, and ask the question, anyone here tonight want to give so that it still belongs to you, and give $25,000 for ICNA, for them to continue the work that they do so that
ITV, Call of Peace, Save Humanity.